Happy Wednesday to my beautiful sisters and to the Dutty Couch family. How are you doing today? Hope all is well because I am on top of the world. I am so happy today. I'm happy that I'm alive. I thank God for His goodness. I thank Him for health. And I thank Him for clothing me in my right mind. So, can I ask you something? Who hurt you the most? Don't answer too quickly. Because if you have lived long enough, you will realize something. The deepest pain rarely comes from strangers. It comes from people who know your heart. The people you pray with, the people you cry with, the people you open your home to, the people you defend, the people you sacrifice for. Those are usually the people who leave the deepest scars. And here's what I have learned after 60 years of living. Betrayal doesn't just break your heart. It changes the way you see people. It changes the way you love. It changes the way you trust. And sometimes it even changes the way you see yourself. So today, I want us to have a mature conversation. Not about revenge and not about getting even, but about what betrayal teaches us if we are willing to learn. I think many of us, especially women, grew up believing that love meant sacrifice. If you love your husband, sacrifice. If you love your children, sacrifice. If you love your family, sacrifice. If you love your church, sacrifice. If you love your friends, sacrifice. And before you know it, you become so busy sacrificing yourself for others that you never stop to ask whether anyone is pouring back into you. Some people don't love you. They simply love what you can do for them. There's a difference, and it takes many of us years to recognize this. Another thing that we need to take note of is that loyalty can become an addiction. This may sound controversial, but hear me out. Some of us are not loyal enough. We are afraid. We are afraid of disappointing people. We are afraid that they will leave. We are afraid they will think that we are selfish. And so we keep saying yes. Even when every part of us want to say no. And then one day, we become exhausted, resentful, broken. Not because people use us enough, but because we keep volunteering to be used. That was a hard lesson for me to learn. And sometimes the word no is a complete sentence. Another thing that I had to learn the hard way is to stop expecting you from other people, because you are a kind, honest, caring and loving people. You expect everybody to be like you. No, it doesn't work that way. This lesson changed my life. I was the loyal, stupidest friend. I was loyal to you unto death. But I got back nothing in return from most of these people. I don't know if it's too late now, but unfortunately, this lesson has changed my life. You love deeply, so you expect deep love. Yes, trust me, tell me about it. I loved my husband deeply, and I expected back deep love. You are dependable, so you expect dependability. You expect people to be dependent also. You forgive quickly, so you expect forgiveness. You would never betray someone, so you assume they wouldn't betray you. But people don't love from your heart. They love from their heart. And not everybody have the same character. That realization hurts, but it also frees you because you stop taking everything personally. Trust me, that took me almost 60 years to learn, and I am still learning it because there are still some baggage that I need to shed. The next thing, the next lesson I had to learn about betrayal is that the biggest betrayal is sometimes yourself. Make that so clear. This may surprise you, but hear me out. Sometimes the person who betrayed you was yourself. You ignored the red flags. You made excuse for people bad behavior. You keep giving them second chances. You stayed long after your peace had left. You kept hoping someone would become who they had shown you they could be. And in reality, they were just putting up a facade. And you saw it, but you're still hoping that they will change. We have all done it. Not because we are weak, but because hope is a beautiful thing. But hope without wisdom can become self-destruction. Another lesson I learned about this whole betrayal thing is that forgiveness isn't what most people think. People say, just forgive them and move on, as if forgiveness is a light switch. I don't think forgiveness works that way. Forgiveness isn't pretending it never happened. Forgiveness isn't inviting the same people back into your life. Forgiveness isn't forgetting. Forgiveness is refusing to let what they did control the rest of your life. You can forgive someone and still lock the door. You can forgive and still keep your distance. Those two things can exist together. You forgive and you love from a distance. Another lesson that I learned was that your pain should become wisdom, not bitterness. Life will hurt you. That's unavoidable. People will disappoint you. That is unavoidable too. But the question is, what are you becoming because of this? Are you becoming bitter or wise? Are you becoming suspicious of everybody or simply more discerning? Because there is a difference. Wisdom says, I have learned. Bitterness says, I will never trust again. One heals and the other imprisons you. So today, I just want to plant a seed. And tonight on our Dutty Couch Live, we will get deeper into it. Tonight, we are going to talk about betrayal. The worst betrayal. The worst breakup. The worst friendship fallout. And tonight, I am going to tell you two very personal stories that I never really shared before. One about my marriage and one about a friendship that cost me almost 5 years of my life. And those experiences changed how I love now and how I form friendships now. It also changes how I trust now and how I see loyalty. If you have ever been betrayed, if you have ever felt taken advantage of, and if you have ever been wounded, whether by somebody you love as a friend or as a partner, because they thought you were too nice, I want you to join me tonight on the Dutty Couch Live. Not because I have all the answers, but because sometimes healing begins when ordinary people tell their truth. So bring your story, bring your lesson, bring your questions, because somebody listening tonight may need your experience to help them survive theirs. So, beautiful sisters and my handsome brothers, I will see you tonight on the Dutty Couch. And remember, everybody have a seat that the couch can't full.